All right. How are you today? Good? All right. So Reverend Jackson is, as you know, he's in LA, and he wants to convey that he really appreciates your internal, external, both support to the event. And we were able to collect the donation for this event, and $8,000 or $9,000 from our region. Yeah, give yourself a hand. That's right. I thought that was great. Yeah. So he's working together with their brothers and sisters in LA, and preparing for this big event. It is coming very soon, right? So please pray. The amazing pastor Noah Jones. He's, of course you know already. He's inviting his friends all over the place in the world, and of course he's receiving a lot of negative, the persecution, or asking why you are doing this, or this kind of things. That we know that we all have to go through that right now in this circumstances. But he's, I heard he's very clear, and moving forward, to receive the True Mother over there, So great. Yeah. So I'm so grateful that the Reverend Jackson is the leader of the sub-region 4, and here too, so he's the senior pastor, and I see him. He's the he's a very artistic person, and actually he really unite with God, Then I always feel that like if I can be like that in heart, that becoming close to God and true parents, I'm always amazed, Yeah, it's amazed. So that kind of person, is like a leadership. That means like I feel so safe that he's always one with God and true parents, and he's conveying that message. I mean, he's conveying God's heart, right? Yeah, because he's artistic, so sometimes he speak a long time, but that's a little bit the negative side, but his positive side is he's really truly conveying God's message, right? So I mean, I feel I can't do that, So somehow I'm not so artistic. I'm not a mean person, I'm kind of a kind, to the people, I guess, that I'm okay, I'm not a bad person, but, like, maybe I'm not so artistic, I am. Sometimes I get depressed by why I can't not be like that, why I don't really cry with God. Question mark. Even I go to the champion, I'm, once a year or whatever. I can't really cry, even in the John Simon. But anyway, that's how God created me, I think. So there are lots of different kind of people in the world, That's why like we can have a fun, we can see the differences, right? So anyway, Jackson, I really appreciate him. Yeah. So as you know, he set the condition that the reading Fundoke every morning 6 o'clock. You know, then I made a debut of that. You said debut to the Fundoke meeting last Monday or so. Yeah, yeah, that was good. You know, that's good. Yeah, and he Sai-san, Reverend Hernandez, you know, Yuri-san, that they are keeping that condition, you know, no matter what. I'm so amazed. Reverend Jackson even calling, and I heard Esther is always coming on the phone, you know. Then Reverend Jackson is calling from LA. That is 4 o'clock in the morning over there. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning. So then after that, then so he does the Fundoke over there, you know. That kind of a commitment, you know, that's amazing. Yeah, I really admire that kind of like that's really truly, you know. I'm lazy. I found out that I'm pretty lazy person. If I have a chance, I want to sleep. I want to take a break, you know, if possible. I don't want to do anything. Like, that's honestly, like I'm like that. Anyway, going into the main speech today. One time, that is an introduction. Okay. One time, True Father said, when I look back, everything was God's love. So when he look back his own entire life, right, then he sees that everything happened, everything like happened, you know, with him, around him. Then so many things happened, but everything was God's love. You know? So that's the you know, the amazing, you know, when you think about what kind of life, you know, he had up until today, right? It's nothing was easy, you know. Always, I mean, so many times he was misunderstood. Then he was put in the jail 6 times in his life, even though he didn't do anything wrong. You know, that's amazing. Then he, you know, he's not like the resented toward anybody. He accepted that kind of you know, the cause that, you know, then including all those kind of things, like he feels that you know, everything was God's love. That's when I think about it, you know, then how he could do that, you know, that's I want to be like that too. Then one thing, of course, like you know, we may say a lot of things about, you know, Father's internal quality, but one thing is that, you know, that something that the can apply to us also is that I think, you know, that if you could gain some internal result from what's happening around you or around me, internal result, you know, like internal things that after the event, then that you gain something in your mind, like in your heart, you know. So that is important, you know, I think. You know, no matter what you do, you know, after doing something, or like after like you face some kind of difficulties, or you enjoyed something or whatever, you know, then after that kind of things, like if you gain something internally, you know, so that becomes your treasure, right? That becomes your treasure. then like even that, you know, like even at the time, like you may suffer a lot, you know, but like that eventually when you go through that, then you gain something, then you can truly appreciate that. Then like you really feel that, oh, God gave me that kind of opportunity to experience this, understand God's heart or pain or, you know, like whatever, you know, so that the way you feel it, right? So then like you feel God's love. Oh, God was guiding me that way, you know. So that's, I think that, you know, Father, you know, the life is like that, I believe. Yeah. Then a little bit like my story, now my story. So as you may know, you know, like my business went down last year, October. I was doing pretty good, especially last few years, you know. I was doing pretty good, and then I was dreaming that like I'm gonna be the millionaire soon. I'm just joking. I was dreaming, you know, millionaire. Actually, I have been saying that I want to be the millionaire. Then I could see some little possibility, but suddenly it was gone. Everything was gone. Then I have a lots of debt, huge debt. Then basically, like, okay, I have to, right away, I have to think about the bankruptcy. Then I prepare, you know, looking for the lawyers and what's the best way to do that or that kind of things, right? Is that God's love, you know? So that's, is it God's love? God is loving me this way or not? You know? That's a good question, right? That's a good question. But that is 2018, last year. But 2017, when I was, you know, business was doing pretty good, then that we are making, that okay money, you know, that's why I was able to go to Korea, you know, my wife, you know, True Father's 5th anniversary, Songwa anniversary, and when True Mother did the big event in Seoul for the unity of, you know, Korean unification. Like 100,000 people came, you know. That's where the Reverend Noel Jones got so inspired and liberation, you know, he got the liberation, right? So anyways, I was there, and I was singing too, you know, together with the people. I did that, you know, like that, you know, we could do that kind of things. We were able to go visit the Chompadon, you know, then thinking about Father's early life. Then also, when we went to the Songwa, you know, Father's Songwa anniversary, I was able to visit the Busan too. Then so we went to the Busan holy ground, you know, where the Rock of Cry? Yeah, Rock of Tears. So we were able to go there and, you know, then pray a little bit and then look at the, you know, the Busan and the seas and, you know, ocean, right? The Father was looking at those and praying so hard, you know, when he had nothing. So at that time he had nothing, you know, literally nothing, right? So then, but he was really praying to God that, so he will the restore the God's idea, you know. So that was a very precious experience, you know. Then you know, that was a great experience, and then I spent all the money I made. Anyway, so but it's okay. But so that's kind of things like you are doing. But at the same time, I was able to attend the 7-day workshop, 2017. Reverend Nakamura and Kachi, you know, they gave an incredible lecture. Then I understood so many, I mean, the new realization or new understanding about true parents course, you know, what kind of things they did. We kind of knew, you know, this year he did this year they did this year they declared this, you know, then the holding the incredible, the rally, or all those kind of story. But really, you know, the father and mother are doing according to their principle. They accomplish incredible things. And when I heard that, then I was so inspired. Then I thought, oh, you know, that's I was so actually very inspired. And I had a desire that, oh, I want to convey this kind of message, you know, that in America, in English, even though my English is not so nice, but, you know, better than Mr. Kachi, you know. So like if I could convey that, you know, actually that was like a really strong desire, you know, I got at that time. Then I was asked to go there again in January 2018, last year. That was, if you want to become the lecturer, you know, of this content, then they had that kind of program too. Then I went there again, yeah. So then I got more information, and you know, then at that time, like I began to really pray that if you know, we all need to know this in order to understand who true parents are. You know, that we know many people like them and then respect them. Then we know they are true parents. But unless like we understand why they did this, why they had to go through this kind of things, why they have to go through this kind of life course, then what is their accomplishment, you know? So when you see that kind of things, then like then the first time, so you understand how difficult it is, you know, for him, or he did everything for God. You know, that's he did everything. So everything he did was for God and for me and for us. You know? So that's so amazing. So that I was praying that, you know, like if I have some, like, you know, if I could gain more, or like train me myself, then I could convey that kind of message, you know. Then that is my like a internal goal since then, you know. But I was busy. My flower business was doing pretty good, busy, so busy. Then suddenly in October, then I was not busy. I wasn't busy anymore, you know. That's that. Okay, what is this? You know? Then I had to think about it, you know. Even though no money anymore, you know, but maybe, you know, like God is like the listening my prayer, you know. Then maybe God want me to do something more internal things, spiritual things, you know. So that was like what I felt at that time. You know? So anyway, so time goes, and that, you know, that's nothing happened for a while, and we are kind of surviving, you know, surviving. It's not so easy financially surviving. But when was that? February or January this year, then Reverend Jackson was talking to me, you know, if I could help some part of his job, because he's getting busier and busier, you know. And of course, like I cannot I mean, you know, that I was feeling I need to do something, especially now, you know, I have, I'm not busy anymore. Then so I was divided, you know. I am a lazy person, so I don't want to do much, but still I'm a kind of good person too. So I want to help, I want to do something for God too, you know. So anyway, so that's okay. Then I told him, okay, I'll think about it and positively. So then we missed each other to talk. Then, as you may know, then the Famicom time, he called me, then announced suddenly that, you know, I become a assistant pastor. Then you know, I take care of the things that he's doing here, or that kind of thing. Yeah, that suddenly happened. Anyway, that was a surprise, you know, but maybe, you know, that's that's something God want me to do. You know, so this is like our life, I thought. Yeah. Once you join this movement with their true parents, you know, always unexpected things happen to you. Right? So then you want to go against it, but actually you feel that's not a good idea. You know, like against God, not good. That's not good. So sometimes like so tough, but like if God wants you to do, then we try to do our best, right? So that was my life. Then I have no regret. You know, that's why I came to America, you know, so went through a lot, you know, but no regret. Then I know, I clearly know that if I did not follow God and true parents, my life would be miserable. So I'm certain, yeah, because I know that how I was before I joined this movement. So you don't know. You don't know how bad I was. So, but I know. So that that I was really saved, you know, honestly. Then this is the only way that I can have this kind of like a life, you know. I have a wife and children and family, you know. That's that's happening. And I am in America. I like it, you know. I like to be here, and I can do something here. I really appreciate that. You know, that's everything came from God, you know, and true parents. So, so I have no regret. So you know, that's how like I'm standing right now, trying to do what I can do. Right? The back to the original point. So many things happen, you know, to our life. Many things happened in my life, and many things are happening, you know, to your life. Right? So then we live that life. But I think no matter what you do, you need to have some kind of internal result. That's something in you, no? That's of course that's from God, right? From you and God, from myself and God, you know. Then like you gain something. Then that is possible, right? No matter what you do, that is possible, because God want us to come back to Him, you know. Then God wants each one of you to be His true child, you know, true son, true daughter. Then we are not enough. We are not there yet, but we know that we can be there, you know. Then God He is expecting all of us to grow and become mature, then we become the good God's son and daughter. Then we establish the God-centered family. So that is God's goal. That is God's idea. Then we know that, right? So then we know that, then we are living our life. So like by living our life, then we have to becoming coming close to the goal. No matter what we do, then it doesn't matter, right? So God has a plan for you, then God has a plan for me, then God has a plan for each one of you. The specific providence for you. God's providence for me, God's providence for each one of you. God has it. God has a plan. God has a providence. So that is, God wants to restore you, and God wants to have you as His own, true child, right? So that we are in that providence. We are in in there. We are in there. God is always working. God is always working through you, or like with you. God wants to do something with you, so that like we all can grow and become His true child. Then gain the true happiness together with God. Right? So that is God's desire. That's why we live the daily life. So then through the life, through working for whatever, working for somebody, you have your own business or whatever you do, but I think you have opportunity to grow. Always anywhere you can serve people, you can love people, you can experience God. That no matter what you do, so then through that, then it's like we can gain something. We can experience maybe God's heart or whatever. So that if you have that kind of internal result in you, then you can really appreciate your life, and you can really appreciate God's guidance. Then you can say everything happened to me was God's love, like that. So now we are getting busier and busier. That's LA event, and we have a big event in Las Vegas in June, and that we are encouraged to do the tribal messiahship, giving a blessing, 430 blessing. Let's do that, then we can have everybody, and get the blessed couple, centering on God. So that based on that kind of vision, then we have, we are encouraged to do that. Then I'm so happy that many of us, began to really involved and doing things. That's a great thing. That's because the true mother has some kind of a vision, and she is serious. And when we understand her heart, then we do whatever we can do, do our best, right? Then do things. Then I think that the important thing is when we are involved, that kind of activity. Sometimes campaign, campaign things. Then see, important thing is that let's say how can I say? Even after you accomplish something, that's after we do things great, then we can we can say, okay, we did great, the success or victory, Then I don't know you, but sometimes some of us feels empty after that. Empty after that. Or it's nothing left in your mind, in your heart. After you accomplish something, even though you accomplish something, but in your heart, in your mind, so nothing left, or like only negative thing left. No, yeah. Only I was too busy, stressed too much, but I did because God said. I did because somebody, a pastor, said, you have to. If you don't do that, you go to hell. Nobody said that, but you feel. Because we are so kind of, we are so nice people, Then if a godly person said, please do it, then you feel, if you don't do that, oh my God, so feeling so guilty. Then you may think, oh my God, I may have to go to hell. I don't want to go to hell. Better do something. Then do something, this is an exaggerated story, but that's that if you just do the things externally, only externally, then like if you cannot gain anything from it, that's not good. That's not good. So that God, like we have a big national level providence or any kind of, many kind of like providential things, but at the same time, so God is working for you too, right? So God's providence for me is existing at the same time. Then those things are moving together, Then like God cannot fail the one. God needs both, right? God needs both, always both. Yeah. If like God loses one of them, not good. God is not going to be happy, If like God loses, like if I fail, like some God's providence for myself, God wants to restore me, but like I, through their life or like doing something for God, I thought, but I'm not gaining anything, then like that in my heart and nothing left, then like I know I didn't grow, then I know I have some kind of resentment for that, or complaining, then I'm not like I'm not like successful for my, the God's providence for me. God has a plan and a providence for you to restore you. God wants to do that. So then we have to be successful for that too. Always. Yeah, always, right? Yeah, we should not really, you should never forget that. Yeah. That even like a thing is happening, but like that God lose one person, that's for God that is like the very sad things, very sad things. So internal God's providence is really internal means that my internal providence. Most internal thing is the most important, and the most important thing is that if I could gain the internal result in my heart, in my mind. Yeah? So that's I think that is very important. So then you can make God happy, like if we live like that. So sometimes like you may struggle, but that's, of course, like we struggle or like we face the difficulties, many times, right? That's natural, But going through that, then God giving you that kind of opportunity so that like you may be able to grow, and you may experience something really good, then like come close to God, So that's why sometimes like we need to suffer, or like we may need to go through the difficult course, right? But like if you have a good mindset, then you will gain the internal result by going through that kind of course. So right, that's why like if we are just happy, always happy, maybe not, nobody's happy, always happy. But happy, no struggle, happy life, or, do everything, so, no, just without thinking. Or even like giving a blessing, no struggle, oh, why not, just like go out and do things. But that seems like he's doing okay, but if he didn't get any internal result, it's not good. I mean, it's a failure. Sometimes, I don't know if this is a good example or not, but when I came to America, then I went out to fundraising, right, 1986. First day, I made $16. Yeah, first day, all day long, like 10 hours, fundraising. Would you like some pictures? Would you like some pictures? Would you like some pictures? Nobody responds. $16. Wow. Oh my God. Then I heard now those kids are making $1,000. What? $1,000? It took 6 months for me. I mean, that was so hard, right? Then I always struggle, fundraising. I never make any money. My highest record is, I think, 400. There was a miracle happened at the time. So, but anyway, that's that, Then struggling, again $50, $60. Team, I'm the lowest, but surviving, Then one sister said, oh no, everybody, at that time, everybody give us the morning service, time. Wow, Sakai-san, you can give a nice service even though you don't make any money. That's amazing. How can you keep your spirit like that? Oh, thank you. I like that. So then I'm struggling, walking so hard, like a long distance. I walk, run. Then one American brother staying in the McDonald's, then talking to their people, hey, look at this, all day long. They're making like a $500, $600. No movement, just like standing like this, on the counter, showing the pictures. What do you think? God is not fair. I'm absolutely, I really convinced that, oh my God, God is not fair. Anyway, why I'm saying this kind of things? I forgot. Well, I forgot the point. So, that's, but I'm still alive. Yeah. That's amazing. Then so many, I'm not so many, there's some people who can really make a good result, but that doesn't mean he's gaining some internal result too, right? That's not equal. External result and internal result is not equal. So, sometimes when you struggle the externally, that you may gain more internally. But if you are making a good result, then always check your internal, the situation, right? So that kind of things, right? So anyway, that's I think sometimes we look into my own or your own heart and mind, your internal life is okay, please take care of your internal life, take care of your internal life, right? So then, so that you will be the victorious person, before God, victorious person. Yeah. So then sometimes struggle, cry, that's fine, but God knows, God knows. Nobody knows, but God knows, So don't be too much resentful or complain. Try not to. then if you cannot digest it, talk to somebody. If you need help, then talk to somebody. And that you may gain something, some kind of internal nourishment through that, right? So then take care of yourself. Yeah, don't die, no matter what. Right? That's important. Yeah. So, okay. So that doesn't matter what you are doing. How do you live, where, doesn't matter. Yeah. So if you need to study a lot right now, but still, that you do with God. You have to work so hard to make money, to survive, then still you do that with God, right? Always. Then I'm sure that you gain some kind of internal result from, if you make that kind of effort, right? As you. So I hope we can all, come back to God and, show your own result, and then be happy with God, and be happy with our true parents. So please pray for the April 6th event, right? We can participate spiritually, and then be with them, brothers and sisters working so hard. We can be with them, spiritually, then we do together, right? Then bring a victory, then make God happy, and then make true parents happy. Right? So then we gain something internally too. All right, thank you. Join me in prayer. Heavenly Parents, thank you very much for this wonderful morning. In LA, brothers and sisters are working so hard, and the centering on the Reverend Noel Jones and his staffs and his people are preparing for the true mother to come. This is a really great event. Heavenly Parents, we really pray for the victory. Heavenly Parents, each one of us has our own life, but we are always with you, and we always want to do things together with you. And think of our true parents. They are really taking care of the entire world and all the human beings, including myself. We should never forget them. And when we do something, we do together with them. And that we want to really participate in God's work. Heavenly Parents, thank you very much for today. Together with all dear brothers and sisters here. So we worship you, and we think of you, and we think of our true parents. Then we do our best today and this week. I report this in the name of the Sakai Blessed Center family. Thank you.